Bienvenidos. I am thrilled to introduce MSPP's, I have to read this because they gave me a really short period of time. I am thrilled to introduce MSPP's first recipient of the Student Award for Excellence in Contributions to Community Mental Health, and to do so on a night that we honored Dr. Cynthia Lucero, whose name, if you don't speak Spanish, reflects her shining spirit and her lasting legacy of brilliance, commitment, and loving kindness. Lucero is Spanish for bright star or brilliance, and is the nickname of that brightest of planets and symbol of love, Venus. Cynthia lived her name. Some of us I knew her at CMTP, her internship, thought she might become the next Minister of Health in her native Ecuador. The person who receives this award tonight is, like Cynthia and like Joe Gorin, one of MSPP's brightest stars and most loving lights. And you've just already met her. Paula Michelle Contreras. Ven acá, Michelle. Paula Michelle Contreras. Michelle. Whoa. Michelle entered MSPP as a licensed psychologist in her native Guatemala with a U.S. master's degree, like the licensed psychology wasn't enough, in Guatemala, and an established career in therapy and consultation with human trafficking survivors and refugees. I know Michelle as her advisor, her teacher in 4 classes, her doctoral project chair, and her colleague on MSPP's Global Mental Health Initiative. We are starting a master's program in global mental health in 2012. We are also, I'm glad to say, friends. In all these contexts, Michelle makes me think harder, and she makes me just really happy to be around her. From afar, I have also seen her develop a Guatemalan cultural immersion program for our Lucero Latino mental health students, and I've watched her from afar participate in APA's task force on human trafficking. Let me tell you, this woman is astounding. Michelle is completing her participatory action research, which I'm so happy to be advising, with a group of Guatemalan social services advocates for survivors in human trafficking. At first, her participants, who are very overworked people, who doubted that a psychologist had much to offer them, or that they had time for self-care or for solidarity in the face of the horror stories they encounter daily, or even that this lady coming down from Boston was Guatemalteca, balked at her original proposal, which is to spend 2 days together of intensive research, and agreed to meet only for 2 hours in 3 days. Michelle had her tickets. Michelle, after the briefest of freakouts, went and did what they asked. She met with them for 2 hours. They turned it into 2.5. And on their terms. And then they found out that she's the real deal, and they ended up asking her to fly back just a few weeks later, which she did. Since then, she has returned to Guatemala at her own expense, some of which I'm happy to say we will be defraying a bit. That is the Community Mental Health Committee, and that was Fran Mervin's idea. Fran was always good at this, you know, taking care of the students' business. Milk, right, milk. She is continuing to meet with them on their terms, helping them develop action plans to unleash their own collective power and their own creativity to make a difference in the lives of some of the most marginalized people in the Americas. Michelle, Cynthia would be proud of you. Your MSPP community is proud of you. Marta and your family, I know, are proud of you. Michelle, estamos todos tan orgullosos de ti. Felicitaciones. And now you get to, are you doing this first or is she talking first?
I'll read that.
Okay.
I'll read that. So this also has some interesting ties. One of our earliest graduates was also an extraordinary man, is also an extraordinary man. Dr. Steve Hayes began the Lynn Community Health Center by himself and a couple other folks. And now it's one of the biggest community health centers, I think in the state, but certainly on the North Shore. And so tonight we're awarding the Stephen C. Hayes PsyD Community Service and Training Award to Paula Michelle Contreras with respect for your commitment to the victims of violence and oppression, with admiration for your capacity to lead while learning, and gratitude for educating our community about the horrors of human trafficking. It's our pleasure to award you this Stephen Hayes.
I have to say something, right? Yeah?
Yeah, you have to say something. You get 2 minutes.
Not fair because I didn't get a chance to prepare a paper, and I'm shocked. So I thought I was here to present an award to Dr. Gorin, and then I'd have my coffee, and this is truly an honor, and I really want to say that there are many people that I want to dedicate this to, because I do not do the work that I do on my own, and I have not gotten here on my own. My clients, every single person that I've met with has taught me so much. They have trusted me with their stories. They have honored me with their stories. And I carry that with me everywhere that I go. And I'm carrying it right now, and I really feel like this is for them. This is also for my family, who has given me unconditional support. It's also for my grandfather, I'll say his name, Rubén Alfonso Mérida, who died for the very ideals that I work with today. And this is also for the MSPP community, because I have found a home. I have found a home where I can nourish this work. The work that I've done in the last 4 years, I really feel like it has just been astonishing how much I have been able to grow. And so I did come here with this passion, but this has been a place that has fostered the passion that I carry inside to do this type of work. And I am so grateful for that. So grateful to absolutely everyone at MSPP that has contributed to that. I feel that all of MSPP has contributed to that. And thank you so much, Nick. And where is Nick? There is Nick. And thank you, Jodie. Jodie's my advisor, and I would not have been able to make it through this process without Jodie. Thank you to everyone.